And to unpack this, we're joined by political analyst Henry Olonimoyo. Good afternoon. Glad to have you join me on the news.
Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me.
All right. So let me kick off by asking what your thoughts are on the 126 billion naira budget proposed, of course, by INEC, by the INEC Chairman for election.
Yes, thank you. Already over the years, we have seen that the cost of conducting elections in the country has been increasing year on year. For instance, in the 2023 election, over 300 billion was spent alone for the 2023 election. And it appears now that from what the INEC Chairman is saying, he's saying that they have a very hectic tax on their hand in the sense that we are constantly conducting elections every year, either by elections, off-cycle elections, or states and the rest. And that tells us, and then to look at the inflation now that has engulfed our economy, it makes a lot of sense that there's an increment. So I do not have a problem with the fact that they are asking for that amount of money. But I feel that going forward, we need to start looking at how we can cut wastages in our election process. And we can start from the number of ballot papers we print every year. Every election, most of those ballot papers are wasted. INEC prints for the entire number of voters that is registered. And in some cases, some of what we call our voters register is not clean. There are many people who are no longer under register. And I think if we can cut that out, and other things like bringing electronic advancement into our voting process, it would do a lot to cut down the cost of conducting elections.
Well, when you say the need for us to cut down on certain aspects of conducting elections, like your reference voters register and all the ballot boxes you made mention of, and now talking about technology, some persons think these ballot boxes are indeed needed, alongside technology in case technology fails in conducting election. So what do you think or say about that?
I agree with that. Now, what is costing us a lot of money is not basically ballot boxes. I'm sure a lot of money is being expended to print ballot papers. That's one. Number two, if you look at what happens with our collation of results, as it stands today, we are still doing level by level collation of results, manual collation of results. And there's a lot of manpower, staffing that needs to go into moving elections from polling units to ward headquarters, to local government headquarters, to state headquarters, which for me is very, very unnecessary. If we have a situation where results are sent directly to a server from polling unit level, it can cut a huge cost in logistics that INEC will spend at the various collation points. The staff that will be at those points, it will reduce. And I think we need to be looking into that. And hopefully one day look into a paperless election. It's possible. It's possible because we can't keep spending so much money printing colored ballot papers, many of which will not be used on the day of election. These are the things that are piling up cost. And I think if we start looking at that, we can significantly cut on the cost of conducting elections.
When you talk about the need for us to begin to look forward to what you call a paperless election, and talking about technology, do you think we as Nigerians or Nigeria is ready for such a level of technology in conducting election? Look at what we've seen regarding the use of IREV, technology being deployed. By the end of the day, it's not real-time technology. So do you think we're actually ready for such type of election?
Yeah, thank you. So you see, if there was a problem with IREV in the last presidential election, it's not because the technology has a problem. It clearly means that there have been the manner in which it was handled, the human interference worked against it. But again, if you look at all other aspects of our lives, look at the banking sector, a lot of technology is in place. Look at the way people pay with their cards on online stores, buy goods and the rest. Technology is moving in all of these areas. Why do we still need to stay behind when it comes to technology as regards election? I do not believe the fact that we're not ready for anything. Nigerians are ready. The idea is we must have the political will and the forthrightness to do it properly, as it should be done. Now that I hope you're aware that INEC is also considering introducing diaspora voting. As part of amendments to the 2022 electoral law. And if we want to bring that in, I think it's about time we started going full electronic when it comes to our elections. That way we can start to significantly cut on the cost of conducting elections. And you know, the way you need police officers to man all of the various manual operations and you paying them the digital allowances, all of those things will be cut off. We will not need all those things because there will be no need for that, because results will be pushed from the polling unit directly to the server of INEC.
Well, indeed, we certainly look forward to such times. Thank you so much for your insight on the news. Henry Olonimoyo, many thanks indeed for your time.
Thank you.